People, welcome back to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. And as always, we're back with all of the latest breaking news, bringing it to you direct. There's an absolutely massive story that's just come in the last few minutes, which we do want to jump into, surrounding none other than Kylian Mbappé. First of all, though, guys, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and please do smash a like on the video, and let's jump straight into this one. So, if anybody's unaware, Kylian Mbappé has officially been put up for sale by PSG, okay? Kylian Mbappé is out of the PSG project. He's refusing to sign a new contract with them. He's got 1 year left on his contract, and they fear that he's going to leave next year for free to Real Madrid. As a result of this, PSG have put Kylian Mbappé officially on the transfer market. They do not see him as part of the squad. He hasn't gone on the pre-season tour, and they want him out now. Now, at first, when I saw this story, I thought, what on earth is this? How are we linked to him? But I did a bit of digging. I looked at a few more places, and it does actually have some grounds to it. So this story is coming out from Sky Sports in the UK, and they are reporting the following. They're reporting that Chelsea, Manchester United, Barcelona are all interested in signing Kylian Mbappé. They go on to say that more than 5 clubs have apparently contacted PSG this weekend about signing Kylian Mbappé, and one of those named clubs is none other than our beloved Manchester United. I do just want to add to this, though. Over the weekend, Al Hilal, the Saudi Arabian club, have offered £259 million for Mbappé. Absolutely disgusting amount of money. I'm just going to say now, guys, if he goes to Saudi Arabia, like, football is... It's mad, isn't it? It's 300 million euros they've offered him. And I think they're going to pay him 400 million euros for 1 season. Absolutely mental. But as I said, this story's coming in from Sky Sports in the UK, saying that Manchester United are one of the clubs that have approached PSG over the signing of Mbappé. Now, immediately I want to say that this story sounds like an absolute load of rubbish. There is no way on earth Manchester United would be able to beat a £259 million offer. But for any of those kind of conspiracy theorists in the chat who think maybe we've already been bought by Sheikh Jassim, etc., then maybe something could happen, couldn't it? I mean, if we've already been bought by Sheikh Jassim, which some people in the chat think, I don't personally think we have, but then maybe it is an option. But otherwise, I think this one's absolutely mental. It really, really is. It's one of the craziest stories of the transfer window. Probably the best player in world football being made available on the market, and the story that's coming in literally in the last 30 minutes is that Manchester United were one of the clubs that have inquired directly to PSG over the weekend over the signature of Kylian Mbappé. And it goes on to say, we've got another story now, guys, right as we're live. More breaking news on this story. This is coming out from Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs reports that Manchester United have been in contact with PSG for Kylian Mbappé. Some discussions with clubs include a player swap. So, I mean, literally, who would have thought we'd ever be talking about Kylian Mbappé to Manchester United? First of all, Sky Sports say that we inquired over the weekend, and now Ben Jacobs has also just said that Manchester United have been in contact over the weekend for Kylian Mbappé, and apparently we've tried to offer them some players in exchange. I mean, who would those players be? Like, I have absolutely no idea. Like, who would PSG even want from Manchester United, apart from maybe Rashford? Very, very strange. As I said, right, Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal, have offered him 700 million euros for 1 year. 1 year, okay? It works out 22 euros per second. Absolutely mental. Very, very crazy. This is honestly one of the most craziest transfers I've ever seen. It really, really is. As I said, Al Hilal have offered 300 million euros, but for some reason we are being linked to him. Yeah, there's more than one, outlet saying that we have been in contact. There's also Florian Pletterberg, a German journalist. It's just come out in the last few minutes. He says in the last 3 days, PSG have received requests from Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham. So 3 other clubs are all interested in Kylian Mbappé. I mean, it's absolutely mental, isn't it? It really, really is. The fact that we're actually being thrown into the mix here, there's all of this financial fair play stuff, but as soon as a player like this comes on the market, suddenly we have money. Does anybody else think that's a coincidence? 1 minute we don't have any money. 1 minute we're having to, run by financial fair play decisions. A week later, Kylian Mbappé becomes available and everybody wants Mbappé and now we can sign him. I mean, something isn't adding up, is it? Something is very, very shady going on at Manchester United if, they're briefing the press saying we haven't got any money, financial fair play, and then the best player in the world becomes available, and now suddenly Manchester United are discussing it. As I said, Ben Jacobs literally in the last minute has just put out a story saying that Manchester United have been in contact with PSG over the weekend for Kylian Mbappé. They have suggested a player swap plus cash deal. I mean, absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. And it's not just him. Ben Jacobs has put out the story. Sky Sports have just put out this story. And Florian Plettenberg, who is the German Sky Sports correspondent. I mean, absolutely mental, isn't it? For our name to even be thrown in this sentence, I just can't get my head around it. Like, I would absolutely love to see Kylian Mbappé at Manchester United, but it's never going to happen, is it? It really, really isn't. So I don't know why our name's being thrown into the mix. I really do not. As always, though, guys, do let me know in the comments section. What do you think about this? Are you excited about Kylian Mbappé? Do you think we should sign him? Do you think we shouldn't? Let me know. Please do smash a like on the video as well, everybody who is live and watching. This story seems to be one that's just growing more and more legs. And I honestly think that what is being suggested here of him moving to Saudi Arabia for 1 year, be it PSG being paid 300 million euros, he signs on a 1 year contract for 700 million euros, and then he's allowed to go to Real Madrid for free. I mean, it's absolutely mental, isn't it? The only way that I could see this deal ever happening is if the club, Manchester United, has already been bought by Qatar. If that has happened, which obviously we don't know, then that would make sense of why we're linked to him. But I just don't understand why there's 3 or 4 different journalists all saying that we have, spoken to PSG about him over the weekend. Why would you speak to PSG about Kylian Mbappé? It's like, put it this way, guys, right? It's like you're about to go and buy a house, okay? And your budget's £100,000 for the house. And then you go and start viewing £3 million mansions. They're going to be like, oh, so have you got the money to do this? And you're like, oh, no, I'm just coming to have a look. They wouldn't even have the conversation. So I really don't understand. I really don't understand why this. And the person saying stop spreading fake news. I mean, as I've just said, every time I go live, I tell you where the sources are. So Sky Sports, Ben Jacobs, and Sky Sports in Germany. 3 different mainstream journalists are putting out this story, okay? I'm not saying that Kylian Mbappé is going to join Manchester United. I've given my opinion. I said I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a load of rubbish. But the fact that there's 3 credible journalists putting out this story that Manchester United have been in contact over the weekend, okay, it's not like some guy on Twitter with 10 followers is putting out this story. So yeah, I don't really get your point there, to be honest with you, mate. As I said, I always will tell you where these stories have come from. I'll always give my opinion, and then I'll always get you guys to make up your own decision, all right? It's not like I'm sat here saying that we've just signed Kylian Mbappé. I'm literally just telling you that Sky Sports, Florian Plettenberg, and Ben Jacobs have all put out a story in the last few minutes saying that Manchester United have been in contact with PSG for Kylian Mbappé. Some discussions with the club include a player swap. That's literally the story that we're reading on the screen. At the end of the day, this is a news show. This is what we do. We bring you news. We discuss it. We discuss the legitimacy of it. And as I said, the only way that I could think this could ever possibly happen in any form of life is if Qatar were buying the club. Then I think this would be an option. If we were sat here owned by Qatar now, I would say that we had a good chance of buying Mbappé. I genuinely would, okay? Because they'd want to bring on a marquee signing, and they obviously already have that relationship with PSG. But as it stands, guys, we're still owned by the Glazers. So how the hell would the Glazers make this deal happen? I don't get why we're being thrown into the mix here, but we are. I don't know why these journalists would put out these stories saying we've asked. I mean, why have we asked? If we're not in the budget for it, why have we gone knocking? It's very, very weird. As Daz says in the chat, if we're in for him, Qatar already owns us. I mean, it's gone so quiet around the takeover, you know? You never know, do you? You just don't know in football. Maybe something has happened behind the scenes. That's the only way where I see this deal having any legs whatsoever, because otherwise it literally is just absolutely ridiculous for our name to even be thrown in this conversation. As I said, Al Hilal have offered PSG 300 million euros for 1 season. Anybody else saying that this is rubbish? We've got another journalist. The 4th journalist has come out in the last 10 minutes. So far we've got Sky Sports in England, Florian Plettenberg, we've got Ben Jacobs, and now we've got Duncan Castles, who's another really good UK journalist. Duncan Castles has just come out in the last 30 seconds and said, PSG have received an inquiry from Manchester United for Kylian Mbappé. So that's literally 4 journalists in the last 5 minutes who've all come out with the same story. PSG haven't received an inquiry from Manchester United for Kylian Mbappé. I mean, very, very strange. I don't know why we'd inquire if we didn't have the budget or the kind of means to do the deal. Obviously, I don't think this is going to happen. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But yet again, I do think it's interesting that there are people reporting this. And that's why I wanted to do a video, because, you know, when one journalist who you've never heard of does a story, you think, let's not bother talking about that. Let's just put that in the trash straight away. But when you've got Sky Sports, Florian Plettenberg, Ben Jacobs, and Duncan Castles, 4 relatively legitimate journalists all saying the same thing, it does make you think, well, whether this will happen or not, they've clearly been told by someone that Manchester United have inquired, you know? Literally, if you go on your Twitter, maybe some people don't use Twitter, but literally every single journalist on Twitter is coming with this same story that Manchester United are one of the clubs to inquire about Kylian Mbappé. Very, very strange story. One that I think is very unbelievable, and I do get that. But at the same time, the only way that I ever see this deal possibly happening is if Qatar have already got the club. If Sheikh Jassim has the club already behind the scenes, or the deal is in progress, then maybe this can happen. Maybe he comes in and makes a marquee signing like that. I wouldn't put it past them. Remember, when an owner takes over a club, they can invest money into... They can invest money, so they could say, right, here's 500 million. And I think the financial fair play works different. I think in the first season, you can spend a certain amount of money. I can't remember the exact rules, but obviously that's how Chelsea got away with it, because they had a pledge investment of X amount of money for over 2 years or something. It's something like that. So if a new owner comes in, then they can ultimately spend a load of money in like the first kind of window or two based on, you know, how much they're willing to invest. And the thing you've got to remember, guys, is the Glazers have never invested any money, so they wouldn't be putting their own money into this deal. But yeah, I do think it's probably a load of rubbish. I would be very, very surprised if he moves to Saudi Arabia, though. I mean, even if they are willing to pay him 700 million euros, that's absolutely stupid. It really is. So it's coming in from Sky Cave as well. Cave Solihull, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Very, very weird. Very, very strange story. Yeah, I mean, me personally, obviously, I'd love to see Kylian Mbappé at Manchester United, but yeah, I don't know. If he goes to Saudi Arabia, I honestly think that like it's a massive, massive issue, isn't it? Really. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very strange. And the only way I could see this ever potentially happening is if Manchester United is already nearly owned by Qatar. Otherwise, I think it's just a load of rubbish, to be completely honest with you. But the fact that all of these journalists are coming out with this story, they've all got this from the same place. Somebody has told them that Manchester United have inquired about Kylian Mbappé. Very, very strange. Yeah, so again, it says Manchester United are among the clubs who have inquired about the possibility of signing Kylian Mbappé. I literally can't get my head around this. I do think that the only place he's going to end up is Real Madrid, but Real Madrid are not going to offer the kind of money that Saudi Arabia can offer. That's the difficult thing here. So yeah, I really don't know what to think of this story. I really, really don't. But yeah, I'm going to wrap the video up here, guys. Please do make sure to smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this story. I obviously don't think that Kylian Mbappé will come to Manchester United. And as I said, I think even if we were owned by Qatar, I think there'd be a very, very slim chance that we would get him. The only way I could possibly ever see this happening is if Qatar owned the club. Then I would say there was maybe like a 20% chance that we'd get him, you know? But with the Glazers, it's literally, I'd say it's a minus chance that we'd get him. Minus 100. Like, there is no way under the Glazers' ownership that we're signing Kylian Mbappé. Absolutely ridiculous. But do let me know in the comment section, guys, what do you think about this? And would you even want Kylian Mbappé at Manchester United? Let me know your reasons. I'd love to see all your guys' comments. So I look forward to reading them. Please do smash a like on your way out, and please do subscribe. And we'll be back later on today with another live show. Lots of love, guys. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.